You're listening to the Becoming Zesty podcast. We are Megan and Dr. Alex, and we're so happy that you're here.
We are passionate about accelerated transformation, yours, ours, and the collective.
Personal and professional for coaches, practitioners, and leaders of all kinds.
Between the two of us, we seem to have done things the painful way. So let our pitfalls become your stepping stones. We are not afraid to share our raw and vulnerable truths in order to help you transform your thinking, your body, your heart, and your soul.
Combining over 15 years of functional medicine with brain-based habit change to lead you to create the life of your dreams, supporting yourself through all four bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, every step of the way.
We are transformation accelerators, wholeness cultivators, empowerment experts, speakers, authors, mentors, and change makers for a more loving world. By combining Dr. Alex's MD experiences
with Megan's mindset magic, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people transform their lives, and we can help you too. If you're ready to accelerate your transformation and have so much fun doing it, then stick around. We've got you covered. Quick reminder, this information is not meant to diagnose, manage, or treat disease. Always consult with your doctor, not this doctor, before making changes. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Megan. If you can't tell, it's because my voice is weird. Hello, weird voice. I'm going to keep this intro super short because there's going to be another intro. What we're doing is we have an amazingly popular, one of our most popular series on our podcast that I did last December, all about the series of possibility. And I had a bunch of clients who reminded me, they said, oh, I'm going to go back and do that. And it's a series that can be done over and over and over. It can be done at any time of the year. And, you know, this whole January 1st thing where people do the New Year's resolution is a great time to do it. So there are prizes, there are things that can happen, there are ways to participate, there's a workbook. It's all inside the episode and the recording. The most important thing that I want you to understand is that this was originally recorded last December. So when I talk about 2023, just insert in your brain 2024. And when I talk about December, insert in your brain January. We're doing a little bit a month later. And same thing is going to apply. 3 people still can win a ticket to our live event. We have our next one coming up January 19th and 20th in Virginia Beach, 2024. And if you're listening to this afterwards, or if you haven't won yet, you can go ahead and buy your ticket now. We will reimburse you if you win. And if you can't come to this one, still enter your workbook and do all the things that I suggest, because we're going to do it again in August in Dallas. We have lots of options. And also, be open to the possibility that maybe you'd win something else if you absolutely can't come to either of those. So we want you to win. You're going to hear why. And I'm going to keep this short so you can dig right into the series. We hope you enjoy it.
Hey there, Megan here, co-founder of Zesty Ginger and your guide in the series of possibility. Y'all have made it to episode 17 of this series, so let's all pat ourselves on the back for the commitment and sticking to it. And I just wanted you to know, if you're the type who likes to watch things, we also have this posted on YouTube in lovely video format. So if you haven't found our YouTube channel, you can go on over there and find us, Zesty Ginger, and the link will be in the show notes. So, you know, I was thinking today, did you all realize, remember when plastic surgery used to be such a taboo topic, right? I feel like that's how it used to be, especially in the holistic world. And now it's like, even if we talk about Botox or we mention Botox, nobody even raises an eyebrow. Okay, that one is brought to you by Dad Says Jokes on Instagram. Actually, a lot of them are brought to you from there. I probably should have pointed that out earlier. Well, I'm pointing it out now. So that is your joke for the day. If you don't know why I'm telling random jokes and you haven't started at the beginning of this series, go back to episode 1. It'll make a whole lot more sense. Make sure you have the workbook, zestyginger.com/possibilities, so that you can get entered to win a spot in our January live training in Virginia Beach. I am so excited. As of the time of this recording, which was probably like a month ago now, we already have 25 people coming to the event. So I cannot wait for this group of lovely ladies to get together and combine, because combined, this is where the amazing ideas come from. This is where the connection, this is where we can collaborate, work together. We're going to be digging deep into habits and understanding ourselves. And today's topic is one of the topics that we love. Because sometimes people will come to these events, these one-day events, or maybe it's even a 7-day event, and they will learn things, and they love to learn things, the conscious mind. Learn and learn and learn, and then learn some more, and not implementing. Have you or anybody you know ever fallen into that? I know I did. Many years ago, early on, when my kids were younger, I was reading a conscious parenting book, Shefali's book, of course, and everything in the book just lit me up. You know, the concepts of how to connect to your children on a deep level, right? Have them be seen and ways to speak to them and the most supportive of their growth. And that just excited me. And I was so engrossed in this book. I was reading this book that I failed to notice this small tug at my sleeve. Like, mommy, mommy, mommy. And then it got louder, mommy! And I was like, what? I totally yelled. I'm like, can't you see I'm reading? And as my daughter turned to leave, she had a little tear in her eye, realized what I had done. I was like, oh my gosh, my heart. I was so busy just intellectually learning how to be this good, caring, compassionate mom that I had failed to be there with her in the moment. And what hurt even more is I realized I was doing this in all areas of my life. I love to gather information and studies and data and ponder the concepts. I love to read, to learn, to take another course. And then I dropped the ball on actually implementing anything. You may know someone like that. And at the same time, all those things I knew, I hadn't applied it to my life yet. And if this is you, we are here to help you shift that pattern. Those of you joining us in January, we are definitely going to shift that pattern. Because what is the one thing, if you have been the type who's really been loving to learn intellectually and yet haven't quite applied it to your life, what is the one thing you could do right now that you've been avoiding doing that would make a massive change in your life? We all know it. It's always a thing right there. There's one thing. There's one thing. There's one thing. When in your life are you making reading and learning a habit without implementation? This is one of the main reasons why we're going to do a live in-person local event, because so much happens when we get out of our comfort zone and we take the time for actual implementation, right? We leave our regular environment. By the time the ladies we work with in our week-long training, when they're left, when they are gone from the event, they have already implemented. Many of them have already made sales, if not attempted, right, to explain what they're offering. Because they came in, they learned, they left with an actual structure to help people, and they just go for it. They do it because we have been programming for the possibility all week long. That same kind of change that happens in 1 week could take years to build up the courage to do without the implementation phase. And the implementation phase is so important because once we implement, that's when we get the feedback about all those stories and beliefs. Right? It's one thing to say like, oh, I'm gonna start a podcast someday, right? Because that's a cool idea. It's another thing when you go to record your voice and you listen back and then all your stuff comes up in your face of like, oh my gosh, did I really say that? Do I really sound like that? Do I say that much? Right? Do I have that many typos, right? on social media this week. I put something out with a huge old typo in it, and so many people pointed it out. And I realized early on that would have just destroyed me. And I just kind of laughed like, cool, thanks for all the comments. Helps the algorithm and other people find us who aren't just pointing out typos. So it's super, super cool to see the shifts. And we would love for you to write down in your workbook, to tag us on social media and let us know what's that one thing you're going to actually implement right now. The thing you've already learned and you know really well. Maybe it's from this series. What are you going to implement right now? Okay, hopefully you have already shared with a friend. Hopefully you are already filling out the workbook. And hopefully you are going to win a spot in our next coming live training. So we are going to end with some audio of possibility.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kirsten Lauritsen. I'm a functional medicine practitioner and a performance coach for athletes. And I use the subconscious reprogramming tools as well as the neurolinguistic programming that ZESTY Ginger, Dr. Alex, and Megan teach. And there's been so many possibilities that have opened up for me, and there's so many more to come, which is always so exciting. One of the things that has really been huge for me is, first off, being able to use the tools for the people that I work with. It has helped me so much being able to break through a lot of the things that the people I've been working with are just experiencing on a day-to-day, some week-by-week basis that just keeps their nervous systems stuck and keeps them feeling stuck and keeps them in this place where they're just stressed a lot or experiencing a lot of anxiety or a number of different things, places where they're just not getting where they want to go. And then for me, it's been amazing. It's been such a great experience, really, going through and working with ZESTY Ginger, Megan and Dr. Alex, because, they've helped me to see the possibility as far as, like, I was feeling so stuck in my business that I was just spending so much of my days frustrated. I was, working a huge amount of hours, and I wasn't walking my dog. I wasn't, spending the time making my meals, which is something that's, like, really important to me, is, like, cooking and healthy eating, as well as getting training exercise in. I was, doing all these things that I like, all of the stuff that brought me joy and that I wanted to do in my day, I just wasn't doing because I was filling all of my day with so many things because I thought that that's what would get me where I wanted to go. But with the subconscious reprogramming and neurolinguistic programming, it's opened opportunities and possibilities like I can make more money and do less. Within like a couple of months after the training in May, I brought in about $30,000 in revenue, which was something that like I never would have done on my own before. So, they helped me break through a lot of my stuff around that. And they also helped me create a lot more space and time in my day. So I actually have time to rest. And a lot of the things that have happened have come with ease and like a lot less effort. So the possibilities that open up through using these tools is just immense. And if you are feeling stuck in some way, which I think we all kind of do in many different areas of our life and our health and all of that, these tools and things can just be so effective for helping us to really see the possibilities and break through those things that are really holding us back from being able to get and do what we want to do.
Thanks for coming to hang out with us on the podcast. It is our goal to lead others through accelerated transformation that takes all parts of ourselves into account. And we need your help. We need your help to get the word out. At almost 2 million downloads and quickly heading to 3, we know that as this podcast grows, we're going to be able to reach more and more people and help them learn how all 4 bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, work so they feel empowered to be, do, and have whatever they want in life.
If you find this podcast helpful, please take a moment to text 5 friends you think might benefit and leave us a review. It means so much to share this work that has transformed our lives with others. We appreciate your help so much and can't wait to see you next time.